20 years, 2 engineers, 1 basement, and a $93 million contract with the US Army that changed everything. Alberto Lacaze and Carl Murphy spent 2 decades in obscurity building robots that nobody wanted. Until suddenly everyone did. But here is the thing. They are not alone. 2025 was the year when basement dreamers became billion-dollar builders. And the stories? Nobody saw them coming. A Harvard grad who cooked on TV is now in every Walmart in America. A company you have never heard of bought AOL and built an $18 billion empire. And engineers who started with mind-clearing robots are now building self-driving missile launchers for the Marines. This is not your typical success story. This is the Forbes 2025 list. And these entrepreneurs did not just follow trends. They became them. So how did a food creator with zero business experience build a national brand? How did 2 engineers convince the military to bet $93 million on their technology? And what does it take to turn 20 years of failure into overnight success? Let me show you. Because what happened in 2025 is rewriting every rule you thought you knew about building a business. Alberto Lacaze is 55 years old. Carl Murphy is 65. And for the past 20 years, they have been building something that most people thought was impossible. Autonomous vehicles. Not just cars. Over 50 different vehicle types. Trucks, tanks, mind-clearing machines. Everything. They are engineers. Not marketers. Not fundraisers. Just 2 guys in a workspace perfecting technology that the world was not ready for. Year after year. Rejection after rejection. But they kept building. Because they believed. And then in 2025, the US Army called. $93 million. For mind-clearing robots. The kind that save lives by going where humans cannot. The kind that detect explosives and neutralize threats before soldiers even arrive. 20 years of work. Validated in 1 contract. But here is where it gets interesting. They did not stop there. The US Marines came next. Self-driving missile launchers. Autonomous military vehicles that can operate in combat zones without risking human lives. The technology they built in obscurity, it is now protecting American troops. And the valuation of their startup, it is skyrocketing. This is what patience looks like. This is what happens when you build for 2 decades while everyone else chases quick exits. Nobody saw this coming. Now let me tell you about Marx Di Giovanni. He went to Harvard. Smart kid. Big dreams. And then he appeared on Gordon Ramsay's MasterChef. You know the show. The yelling. The pressure. The drama. Di Giovanni competed. He cooked. He learned. But he did not win. And that could have been the end of the story. It was not. Because Di Giovanni understood something that most chefs miss. In 2025, cooking is content. And content is currency. He started making food videos. Short, viral, entertaining. The kind of content you cannot scroll past. Recipes that make you hungry just watching. Techniques that seem impossible until he shows you how. And people watched. And watched. And watched. 26 million YouTube followers. Let that sink in. 26 million people waiting for his next video. That is more than the population of Australia. That is a bigger audience than most TV networks. But Di Giovanni did not just collect followers. He converted them. This is the part that changes everything. He launched Osmo, an ingredient brand. Spices, seasonings, cooking essentials. The products his followers saw him use in every video. And then he did something brilliant. He got into Walmart. Not some boutique stores. Not just online. Walmart, nationwide, every suburban family in America can now buy his products. From content creator to consumer brand in record time. And he published a cookbook. Knife drop. Physical, tangible, the kind of thing his digital audience could hold in their hands. Multiple revenue streams, content, products, books. This is the new blueprint. Build an audience, then build everything else. Can you believe that a guy who lost on a cooking show now has a national brand in Walmart? But wait, there is another story that will blow your mind. Bending spoons. You have probably never heard of them. And that is exactly how they wanted it. While everyone else was trying to build the next unicorn from scratch, Bending Spoons was doing something different. They were buying. Not startups. Not small companies. Internet giants. They acquired AOL. Yes, that AOL. The company that once defined the internet. The America Online that sent CDs to every home in the 90s. The brand that everyone thought was dead. Bending Spoons bought it. And they did not stop there. They went on an acquisition spree. Internet companies. Software platforms. Established brands. They bought them, consolidated them, optimized them, and built an empire worth $18.4 billion. Nobody saw what happened next. While venture capitalists were funding 20-something founders with pitch decks, Bending Spoons was quietly becoming one of the most valuable companies you have never heard of. The strategy? Buy low. Integrate fast. Scale efficiently. They did not need to invent the next big thing. They just needed to make existing big things work better. And it worked. $18.4 billion better. This is anti-startup culture. No flashy launches. No viral moments. Just smart acquisitions and relentless execution. So what do these three stories have in common? Patience. Lacaze and Murphy spent 20 years building. Diversification. Di Giovanni did not rely on ad revenue alone. Strategy. Bending Spoons saw opportunity where others saw obsolete companies. But here is what really matters. They all zigged when everyone else zagged. The autonomous vehicle guys built for the military while everyone else chased consumer cars. The content creator built physical products while everyone else chased sponsorships. The acquisition company bought old brands while everyone else funded new ones. 2025 taught us something crucial. There is no single path to $1 billion. You can spend 20 years perfecting technology. You can build an audience and convert it to customers. You can acquire and consolidate instead of building from scratch. What they discovered next shocked the entire industry. The Forbes 2025 list is not about young founders in hoodies anymore. It is about strategic thinkers, long-term builders, people who understand that viral moments fade but solid businesses compound. Lacaze and Murphy are in their 50s and 60s. Di Giovanni leveraged a TV loss into a business win. Bending spoons became a giant by making other giants efficient. This is the new entrepreneurship. And if you think you are too old, too late, or too far behind, these stories prove you wrong. The 70-year-old engineer can still win the government contract. The TV show contestant can still build the national brand. The quiet acquirer can still build the billion-dollar empire. So what is your strategy? Are you building for 20 years like Lakesh and Murphy? Are you converting audience to revenue like Di Giovanni? Are you acquiring and consolidating like Bending Spoons? Because 2025 showed us that all three paths work. You just have to pick one and commit. The basement startups became global empires not because they got lucky, but because they stayed focused when everyone else got distracted. If you want to know which industries are about to explode in 2026 and where the next billion-dollar opportunities are hiding, watch our next video. And subscribe so you never miss a billion-dollar story. Because the entrepreneurs who win are the ones who see the pattern before everyone else. And right now, you are watching the pattern emerge.